Imagine waking up in a world where giants walk among men. Their footsteps shake the earth, their shadows swallow the sun, and one swing of their arm could end your life instantly. This isn't fantasy. This is the forgotten age, the age of the Nephilim. An era wiped from history, buried beneath religious texts and archaeological cover-ups. A time when humanity wasn't alone on Earth. Before you even take your first breath in that ancient world, you're already being watched. Massive, human-like creatures, some said to be 15, even 30 feet tall, roam the plains. Their eyes glow with something that's not entirely human. And if you thought survival depended on weapons, food, or shelter, you're wrong. Because in the age of the Nephilim, survival meant hiding from something humanity itself once created, and then tried to erase. But let's say you were suddenly transported there, no phone, no gun, no modern medicine, just you standing in a prehistoric land ruled by beings who considered humans as their prey. The question is, could you even survive 24 hours? The first hour is the most terrifying. The air is heavy, thicker than what you've ever breathed. The sky burns with a reddish haze, and the ground trembles faintly, a reminder that something enormous is moving nearby. You'd probably mistake it for thunder until you realize the sound has rhythm. Footsteps. The Nephilim are close. To understand the danger, you need to know who they were. According to the ancient Hebrew texts, the Nephilim were the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. Angelic beings who descended to earth, took human women, and produced a hybrid race, part divine, part mortal. Genesis 6:2-4 describes them simply. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterward when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men of old, men of renown. But men of renown is a polite way to say monsters of terror. They were not heroes, they were destroyers. Every ancient culture, from the Sumerians to the Greeks to the Native Americans, recorded encounters with gigantic beings who ruled before the Great Flood. They built cities humans couldn't replicate, fought wars that shattered continents, and demanded worship as gods. Some believe even the pyramids and megalithic structures were remnants of their technology. Hour 2, you hear it, a roar, deeper than any animal's sound. It echoes through the valley, and birds erupt from the trees in panic. You freeze. You don't dare move, because if the Nephilim senses you, you're done. They could smell human blood from miles away. You're not their equal. You're their entertainment. Legends from the book of Enoch describe these beings consuming everything, animals, crops, even humans. When food ran out, they turned cannibalistic, devouring each other. The earth cried out to heaven for help, and that's when, according to ancient lore, the Great Flood was sent, a divine reset to wipe them out. But what if not all of them died? Hour 4. You find shelter inside a hollow tree trunk. You think you're safe. But then the air shifts. A strange hum fills the forest, like static electricity. The Nephilim weren't just giants. They had knowledge forbidden to men. They understood metallurgy, alchemy, and genetics far beyond ancient human comprehension. According to the Book of Jubilee, they taught humans dark arts, weapon crafting, sorcery, and the manipulation of living beings. Some believe the modern concept of aliens, the tall, gray, soulless figures, are remnants or descendants of their genetic manipulation. By hour 6, you're starving. You try to find fruit or water, but the world isn't the same. The plants are larger, the air denser, and the ecosystem designed for beings far more powerful than you. Even the insects could kill you. Insects in the pre-flood era were massive, some with wingspans as wide as your arm. One bite could infect you with diseases your immune system could never handle. And if you try to drink from a stream, good luck, because in that time, water wasn't clean or safe. It was full of metallic residue and ancient bacteria that no human body could tolerate today. Hour 8, sunset approaches. You see firelight in the distance. For a moment, hope flickers. Maybe it's another human tribe. But as you get closer, you realize the fire isn't small. It's enormous, like a bonfire made by gods. And then you see them figures towering over the flames, wearing animal skulls, chanting in a language that shakes the air. You've stumbled into a Nephilim ritual. Their voices sound like rolling thunder, and their movements are too precise, too intelligent to be mere beasts. They were known to worship their fallen angel fathers Azazel, Samyeza, and the Watchers, offering sacrifices of blood to maintain their power. If they catch you watching, you won't live long enough to scream. By hour 10, you're hiding in darkness, trembling, when you hear something strange, a sound like distant music. The Nephilim didn't just rule by force, they ruled by fear and illusion. Texts from the Dead Sea Scrolls suggest they used sound frequencies in rituals to manipulate human minds. If you heard their songs, you could lose your will, even your sanity. Some ancient prophets called them the whisperers in the wind. The terrifying part: modern experiments in sound resonance show that frequencies below 20 Hz infrasound can cause paralysis, fear, and hallucinations. Maybe these giants weren't just strong, maybe they weaponized sound itself. Hour 12, midnight. You've survived half a day. Barely. The temperature drops sharply. The once humid air turns icy cold. That's when you see them again, glowing eyes in the dark, scanning the land. You can't run. Running makes noise. You crawl, inch by inch, praying they don't hear you. But Nephilim don't rely on sight. Ancient writings describe their ability to sense life force, an aura, a vibration every living thing emits to them. You glow like a candle in the dark. There's nowhere to hide. At hour 15, the sun rises again. You made it through the night. What you're dehydrated and delirious, you stumble into a valley filled with strange stones, enormous pillars, each carved with markings you don't recognize that hum faintly when you touch them. It's not natural. These stones are alive with energy. This might be one of the Nephilim's power sites, ancient megalithic circles that predate Stonehenge by thousands of years. They used them for communication and energy transfer, something we still can't replicate today. Scientists have discovered global alignments between ancient structures from Egypt to Peru to Easter Island, suggesting a shared technology. Could that technology have been Nephilim knowledge passed down before their fall? Hour 18. Your body begins to shut down. No food, no water. And then in the sky a shadow passes overhead. It's not a bird, it's enormous. Winged, one of the watchers, the fallen angels themselves, returning to check their hybrid creations. Texts from Enoch say they descended again after the flood, seeking to revive their ancient race. You drop to your knees in disbelief as it lands, its wings stretching wider than a house, eyes like molten gold. It doesn't speak, but you hear it, a voice inside your head, ancient and commanding, that knows you don't belong here. And before you can react, the air bends around you like time itself folding. You black out when you open your eyes. It's still the same world, but something's changed. You're standing inside what looks like a city, towering molten metal forges, and creatures of impossible size moving with precision. This is pre-flood civilization, advanced, unified, and terrifying. The Nephilim weren't cavemen, they had technology that might surpass our own. Archaeologists have discovered ancient vitrified ruins, stone melted as if by high-energy lasers. Who taught ancient man such power? Was it truly humans or the hybrid gods who once ruled them? Hour 22. You hear chanting again. You turn and there they are, a group of Nephilim priests. Surrounding you, their skin is carved with runes, their eyes glowing faintly blue. They're not angry, they're curious. You represent the future they never got to rule. The leader steps forward, raises his hand, and touches your forehead. In an instant, visions flood your mind, cities destroyed by fire, oceans rising, angels falling from the sky. You see the flood, you see the world ending, and you see why they hate humanity, because it was humanity that replaced them. The final hour 24. The ground begins to shake. Violently the sky darkens. Lightning strikes the horizon. It's happening, the great flood. You're witnessing the very moment. History was erased. Water rises faster than you can run. The giants scream. Their towers collapsed and thunder roars like divine fury. You try to hold on to something, but the waves consume everything. And as the world drowns, you finally understand. No human could ever survive the age of the Nephilim, not because of their size or strength, but because that world was never meant for us. When you open your eyes again, you're back in the present, but something's wrong. The sky still feels heavier. The air still hums faintly, and for a second, just a second, you see a massive shadow move across the clouds. Maybe the Nephilim were never fully gone. Maybe they're just waiting, watching for the next time humanity forgets. So before you sleep tonight, look up. Because if the ancient texts were right, the Nephilim will return, and when they do, you won't survive the first 24 hours.